Mugman, and we're very close to hitting 400. I had to turn off the music. I almost got copyrighted, like my other videos did.
Gelato lumaco.
Is it early bird?
Lucky block.
Let me just get this.
Lucky block.
That's an early bird. Anyways, today, we're gonna be going through my trade history. As you guys know, yesterday I traded for a 1 billion a second wide limited grande. Yes. This is very, very good, and yeah. This is my 1.4 billion a second wide Easter grande. Yeah. I'm gonna get copyrighted if I don't. Wait a minute. I'm gonna get copyrighted for music. I hope I don't get copyrighted for that. Anyways, let's go through my trade history now. We should go from the bottom to the top because I have a lot of trades. My first ever trade was the basketball workout, and I got this was a W, or not a W, because I had a Tug Tug, which was the rarest trade, by the way, and I kind of gave it for the worst one. Comment down below if you think my trades were a W or an L. Now, the next trade, I got my World Sweethearts for a Speedy Hammy. It was a W. By the way, Speedy Hammy was worth 17 million, so that's a W trade. And then, it was an L. Sorry for it. Witty Active is rare. It's more rare than Candy, though. And then Mike ended up, I got a downgrade. Another one. Another down. And then I ended up getting another Spinny Hammy. And I got an upgrade for Chamimo. Yes, it's a cursed Chamimo. Yeah. I wonder if it's a 1-of-1. And then I got a Mariachi Cozzoni, but that Mariachi got stolen. So yeah. And I traded it most combinations for a Spinny Hammy. So yeah. And that was for amateur use. So yeah. And then that's my mini money rate puggy. I traded it for the little regular money my puggy with the golden trade, since I did end up spawning in my server. Brainrot, I downgraded it for some Grande because I love Grande. Don't worry about this trade. This trade kind of sucked, but I like the YJ Sokola because YJ Sokola is pretty rare. I hate this trade. Comment down below to see what trade do you guys liked. I traded for a Chiquitata, Cupiditata. Well, it was worse. I downgraded my boy once again, but I traded for a Speedy Hammy. Yeah. Traded these three. I traded a Tung Sahor before it got banned. Just for a Chiquitata, Cupiditata. Yeah. And then I traded my Chiquitata, Cupiditata for these three. I have no idea. And then I was able to get my hands on a Y Extinct Grande. It was very rare at the time, but then I traded it away for a 225 million second Los Combinaciones. I'm going to skip it to the Talagoy, where I get my hands on a 1 billion. Oh. Yeah, I get my hands on a radioactive spaghetti. I'm gonna do an Ahmed Abuses, and then I get a Granny. Granny's rare, by the way, so yeah. I've been doing Simon Says with a Granny with Grande. It's not that rare, by the way. Where's the time that I ended up getting the 1 billion? Oh, it's the Kang Kang. I think I remember. I gotta go to the time that I ended up getting it. That's my brother. He got me almost everything in my inventory. So I did end up using that to my advantage. I wonder if I got anything. And then I did end up getting a diamond wild extinct, a natural spider, a guava, and a strawberry potato. But don't worry, I did end up stealing the cyber guava. It's the truth though. I'm telling the truth. And then I did have to trade for 2 guamas, a Ketchuru, a Tic Tac, a natural spider, a wild extinct, a chicotea, no dueta. Yeah. And then I traded it for a lost secret. I traded the Ketchuru for a WL. It sucked. A WL lost secret, a guama for a Walladito, a Tic Tac. It paid off at the end. I did 2 Grandes and a neat radio for a Basketito. I have no idea if there was a W. And then I did a W trade for a carry, gonna carry. So I knew I was gonna get a last secret. So I traded a Tic Tac for a carry, gonna carry. And then I was able to get my hands on a 1.1 billion a second last secret. Yes. And then later, I traded it away to somebody. Yeah, it sucked. But trust me, when I got 1x1x1, somebody overpaid a lost secret. And when I traded away my lost secret, they got Wild Mythic Grande, which is insane. And I traded my Wild Mythic and Spaghetti for a Galama. My Galamas are extremely valuable, and I got 2 Galamas for it. So, yeah. And I traded that Galama and a Grande and Donkey Turbo Express for a University Grande. So, yeah. And then I traded the Wild University Grande for a Wildadito and then a 1x1x1, which is extremely valuable. And then I did this for 400 million a second Galama. I did that for these trades, for the entire trades. This is extremely valuable. Then for a lot spooky, I did these 2. I stole Jim's Brainrot. It's the truth though. I won against him in a duel, and he tried to literally duel me again. So that's why I won fair and square. And he did end up giving me a 56 million a second Basketito and 125 million a second Laguardi. And I traded these things for a natural spider, which are worth Galamas. And I traded for a Tic Tac. I got it for a Nucawalio. It was an L. More Nucawalios. Sometimes they pay off at the end, but when Swaps came out, this gave me an idea to trade away my Sway. But yeah, I had the Wave Rider, which got me a Tic Tac Sahor. Yeah, I bought a lot of skins in the past. So it's got me a 618 Tic Tac Sahor. My Halloween skin got me a 285 a Grande. Yeah. This was before they never traded me.
La vacca Saturno Saturnita.
And I traded these. I overpaid like a little bit for the Galama because it was very rare. And then I traded like these 2 as a gingerbread skin for the 1.1 billion a second Rat University Grande. So yeah. And then when I got the Voltorito and the Divine Rose Fruits, it's a 1-on-1. It was not in the Divine Index. And then I got a Gold, a Divine Grande. I traded it for the Voltorito. And I traded this Voltorito for a Wild Lucky Grande and Chips or Queso. I was able... What was that? I was able to get it for a Wild Easter Grande, as you see today. It was 1.3 billion. And I traded my Wild Lucky Grande away What the? Whatever. Let's just get back to trading. Hold on. And I traded my 1.3 billion second away to a Capitol Mobi. It was probably a W, but then when we get to 2 trades later, somebody offered me at 1.4 billion a second why is the grounded for the Mobi. So it's an L or W. So because I got scammed for it was worth 3 Goamas. Well, wrong. Well, it kind of pays off at the end. And then when my Gawama spawned during like 3 days ago, my friend, hold on, let me say something. I gotta think. He traded me a Gawama and an Esogoa, which I don't have that, so yeah, I decided to accept it. And then I got him a Gawama for the Wild Ginger, so yeah. And then I was able to get this trade, which is very, very valuable. W him. Stupid battery. And then I was able to get a Catapult and a Ketchuru for this trade, which is pretty good. I was able to trade the Taquino Quacquino and the Chicotea Surfer Whale. Small L, but I do not know. And then I had to overpay a lot for the Buddy Boy Puggy. Tell me if this is an L. And I had to do like that for the Tic Tac Sahur. And then I was able to get Gold, a Gawama. It pays off at the end. And then I bought the Wave Rider and got the Swaggy Blows. And then I got a Wild with Mythic. Kang, and then boom, Ketchuboo. It does pay off at the end though. And then boom, 1 billion a second Wild with Mythic Grande. That is the first ever 1 billion. And then let's open up this Lucky Block to end off the video. It's been 12 minutes, and I gotta go end my recording. So thank you all for watching. I let you all look at my trade history, and my username is Mugman32. If you want to trade with me, you can. I have a 1.4 billion a second Wild Easter and 1 billion a second Wild Romantic to trade with y'all. Bye.